Welcome to Family Friday. Today I want to address the detrimental effects of falsehoods on relationships. Now, during the dating stage of a relationship, most of us put on our best face, keeping our flawed side hidden. This, of course, results in the nightmare after the honeymoon when partners begin to see one another as they really are. I found that even after several years of marriage, couples have a tendency to hide things, which creates falsehoods. They hide their debts, abuse, addictions, affairs, their feelings, their fears, their dreams. And how do you grow if this is the falsehood? How do you grow if there's not real trust or cohesion or stability? Because getting rid of falsehood and speaking the truth are fundamental to a relationship growing together stronger and stronger. No wonder the Apostle Paul writes about putting away falsehood and speaking the truth. In Ephesians 4:25 he says, "So then, putting away falsehood, let all of us speak the truth to our neighbors, for we are members of one another." A few verses earlier, Paul writes something pretty similar. He says, "But speaking the truth in love, we must grow up in every way into Him who is the head, into Christ, from whom the whole body, joined and knit together by every ligament with which it is equipped, as each part is working properly, promoting the body's growth, building itself up in love." Now, no believer matures into the character of Christ solo. Rather, a believer must join with other believers to work together, as well as to share and support one another and to tell the truth to one another. This is the only way that you can put away falsehood and the only way that truth can prevail. And so often we don't do this. Now, the same could be said of family members. Since no one family member holds all the truth, an exchange of information and emotional content has to be shared. That way, each family member takes in a little more truth than what they knew before, and this is how husbands, wives, and kids mature. So for a family to mature, they need to know the truth about themselves, about all the family members. Now, to put aside falsehood and speak the truth, it's going to require time, courage, empathy, and patience. You have to set aside chunks of time to communicate about fears, dreams, successes, and failures. Otherwise, falsehoods will flourish, because if you don't talk about your dreams, you'll diverge from each other. If you don't take the time to talk about your fears, her fears will be different than his fears, and sooner or later the couple will no longer be one, but just two people living in the same residence. It takes courage and empathy to put away falsehood and the truth. For example, Proverbs 27 verse 6 says, "Well meant are the wounds a friend inflicts, but profuse are the kisses of an enemy." Falsehood fosters when people are afraid to tell the truth. What your wife may tell you, it may hurt, and you may want to get defensive, but don't react to her message. Reflect upon it, and empathetically consider the amount of courage it took for her to tell you what you did not want to hear. Finally, it takes patience to put away falsehood and to make truth-telling a priority. Often messages because they come in the form of venting, are delivered in a form we can't hear them well. Speakers then, or rather listeners then, overreact, and then the person who first spoke up clams up as a result. We need to think of family and marital relationships as a bank account. Obviously, you have to put in more deposits than withdrawals, and you need to know how much is in the account. That is truth. Otherwise, you become overdrawn. And if you think banks charge big for overdrawn accounts, you haven't seen until you see how much your wife or your kids or your husband charges you for being overdrawn with them. So we have to put away falsehood. We have to speak the truth. This takes time. Lies and hidden sins corrode marriages and family. And when truths are spoken out, they need to be spoken out of concern for each other. And so putting away falsehood, speaking the truth, these are the building blocks of long-lasting marriages and great families. Until next time, speak the truth. Ask that the truth be spoken to you.